Everybody, welcome back to Multipliers Leadership Podcast. And we are back at the last episode for our brand new series called A Call to Pray. In the last episode, we talked about the posture of prayer and coming before God with humility and dependence and saying, Lord, I need you in my life. And today we're talking about what actually happens when we do. What is the power of prayer? I believe that prayer is one of the most powerful weapons that we have out of everything. And it's so underutilized by me and many others. If you remember in Acts chapter 12, the early church, they're facing this crisis. King Herod had just arrested Peter. He intended to execute him the next morning. It was over. It was done. The movement of Christ, it seemed like it was going to be crushed before it really even began. But verse 5 says something powerful. Peter was kept in prison, but the church was earnestly praying to God for him. While Peter is sleeping in chains, the church is still praying with faith. And as they prayed, heaven responded. An angel appeared in the cell. It reminds me, I think it's David when he says, why didn't you come sooner? And the angels are like, we were fighting off the enemy. We're fighting off literally everything that was trying to keep us from getting there. But in this passage, Peter, it says the chains fell off. The iron gates, they opened on their own. Peter walked out free. That's not a coincidence, as we know. That is the very power of prayer. When the church prays, God begins to move. And it might not always look like an angel showing up, but something always shifts. It may be what we expect. It may not be exactly how we envisioned or imagined, but prayer really does move mountains. And not only does it move the circumstances or environments or even others' hearts, it also begins to change us. It moves our own heart. It moves the very things that are happening inside of us to say, I can be dependent upon the Lord. And this is reminding me how much I need him. And when we pray, that the fear that we have in our life, it gives way to things like faith, where anxiety gives way to peace. Impossibility gives way to expectation. James 5:16 tells us the prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective. That means that your prayers are effective because you're righteous. If you follow Jesus and have given your life to him, literally Jesus paid your debt, which means that you are righteous in right standing with God. That means that your prayers, they carry a weight to them. You've maybe heard it said where you're like, man, that person, they're just a prayer warrior. And I believe that there are people that they go after the things of God in the prayer world, but their prayers are no more powerful than yours because you are a son or a daughter of the King of Kings. But let's be honest. Sometimes we pray and nothing happens. The healing doesn't come. The door doesn't open. The answer just doesn't appear, or it doesn't happen how we thought it would. We're like, God, this didn't really work out how I wanted it to. And I'll be transparent. I can't tell you all the reasons as to why some of those prayers go unanswered. But I do know this, is that prayer is never wasted. Every prayer plants a seed, whether it's in our own heart or somewhere else. Like, God still moves. Sometimes it's his timing. Sometimes it's what we're praying. It's not God's will for that to happen that way. There's a lot of different reasons, but just like the early church didn't stop praying because it got hard. I think that's our invitation as well, is to continue to press in and say, I'm going to continue to ask for this, even if it feels delayed. See, when the church pressed in, God displayed his power in ways that no one could have orchestrated. No one probably even thought it was going to happen exactly that way. But for you, I'm not sure what your circumstance is, but don't quit. Keep showing up. Keep trusting that God is working even when you can't see it. I mean, your consistency in prayer is proof of your confidence in his character. And God is still in the business of answering prayers. I mean, just this week, I had an incredible story told to me or shared with me. And it was one of our global partners in India. And he said that there was a woman who was possessed with a demon. I know that may sound wild for you, and that's even just hard for many of us to wrap our mind around. And it had taken her eyesight. It had making her blind. And what did the church do? The church just prayed, sought the Lord, and they declared this is a body of literally someone who's been made by Christ and in his image, and nothing from the enemy needs to be in here. And what happened is that the demon fled, the demon was cast out, and her sight was restored. I mean, that's pretty wild. She's blind, possessed with a demon, there's prayer, and then all of a sudden there's a breakthrough, the demon's gone, and she has her sight restored. Maybe it doesn't look like that in your life where it's crazy. For us in our life, we prayed for a meeting to take place for 18 plus months. And finally we saw breakthrough. I don't know what it is in your life. I don't know where you need breakthrough. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's a ministry that's running on empty, a dream that feels delayed. Whatever it is, don't give up. You probably don't need more strategy. Maybe you need some strategy, but I know that you definitely could use more prayer. So continue to lean in and believe. I mean, God is in the business of answering big prayers. Let's never stop asking, and let's continue to expect the impossible with God. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoyed this series. I hope it's been sweet to you. Hey, we'd love for you to continue to subscribe, to share this with a friend, so we can continue to let more people hear about the goodness of God and how it impacts their life and their leadership. You guys have a great day. We'll talk soon.